What's up, y'all?
Hey, y'all.
Like, the show just went off, and here we are.
This was the most draining episode of Married at First Sight that I probably have watched in the history of me watching Married at First Sight since season 3. This drained me. Every couple took me on a roller coaster.
I'm Michelle.
I'm India.
And welcome to. Make sure if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe because we out here in these YouTube streets.
Yes, we got over 1,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Anywho, y'all, but yeah, let's get back to it. We are reviewing episode 14. I didn't think
it's 15, right?
Oh, 15?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
I think last week was 14.
Okay, episode 15. Oops. And it was crazy from beginning to end. It was just so many jarring things.
It was confusion. It was
completely
confusion.
Chaotic. Completely I can't, y'all. I really can't.
From start to finish.
Literally. So I guess this episode we're gonna start with Michaela and Zach first. We
that's
normally wait for them, but everybody was a damn mess. So let's start with them anyway.
Yes.
So it started off with her meeting with Dr. Pepper. Zach requested that they meet separate. Mm-hmm. And y'all, I thought I was in the Twilight Zone watching her talk to Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, did we miss something?
She was giving battered wife,
very much so.
Psychotic movie thriller.
Yes.
Taraji Henson and acrimony. Like, yes. It was giving.
Oh my gosh.
I am going to just lie.
Like, straight up lie. I had Michelle pause. I said, are we what?
She said he abandoned her, y'all.
My freaking jaw was to the ground, y'all.
There's footage.
I said I am truly, truly concerned
for her.
The way that
her mental. She in the comments last week, somebody said that she had personality.
Histrionic, the histrionic or the other one?
No, the personality disorder.
One of them disorder. Yeah, she got
something.
She has a personality disorder.
Yeah, it's clear, and they said to look it up. And she has all the symptoms or the indicators, mm-hmm. and she's very much in need of help.
She called him big. He said his exits are big and explosive. Y'all, she said his exits are big and explosive.
And then she said that him leaving at night in the car was a trigger.
Oh yeah. Oh no, she took because of how her father passed. Which I told Michelle, well, maybe it really was a trigger, but
at that point, she's using it for manipulation and to prove a point, and it's not.
Right.
That's not.
Right.
That was not.
Right.
And she said she had a panic attack. So she said that her knocking everything over was a panic attack. Like she was drunk. It was
angry.
Her being drunk and mad, but the panic of it all, girl. You told him to leave. Go by. Go.
And honestly,
cut him off.
If people leaving at night, especially if they have been drinking under the influence, if that's a trigger for you, you wouldn't have told him to leave. That's something that you probably don't play those games. There's people that are like, no matter what, we get in arguments. You don't leave the house mad. I don't leave the house mad. You told him to leave. So
you get what you get. You don't get to tell him to leave and tell him to stay and then be mad at which one he chooses.
Yeah,
because he gets to choose.
I don't even know what else to say. Like, Michaela
But here was
unwell.
The kicker. Here was the kicker.
What?
Zach didn't bring up none of it. Zach didn't say nothing.
Yeah, but
and at first,
we thought Zach was over it.
You're right. We thought Zach was like,
Zach is like, I don't even owe you nothing.
Pull me
the cameras are gonna show it. I don't even have to owe you. I don't have enough respect to even go through this again. I'm done. That's what we thought. We was like, yes, Zach. I was like, Zach, don't walk out.
Right.
Zach walked out. I said, walk out. Zach.
Don't even give this any validation.
Exactly.
Like, don't even give it any credence. But Zach said he was gonna give us a whole nother side of him this episode.
So Zach is also unwell, and it's really disappointing in me and my homegirls. Like, Zach, what's wrong with you?
It's like every season, people just be pissing us off, and we be like, we was rooting for you, we understood you, we saw where you were coming from. And then he goes and literally 180s it.
She completely lied on him in front of him and away from him, but she completely lied in front of him. What makes you think that you want to still work it out with this woman?
So what we're now referring to is the close the
that closing scene with them too. Yeah,
it was
when they met with Dr. Pepper together.
They called it a closure meeting.
A closure meeting, yes, closure meeting. They decided. Zach decided because I guess then after he was ignoring her, She was ignoring him. He couldn't take it.
They was on a get back.
He was that.
They was back on a
she
get
knew
back.
it would work, and it worked. And he wanted to have a closure meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, they both deserve a conversation. I get that part. But his closure meeting was to try to see if it could still work.
He said, even if we divorce or not, huh? What?
And then said he would say yes on decision day if it means that she'll talk to him again.
Like, this is total manipulation. So, what do we get to say? Like, I literally when I was watching Michaela be nuts so crazy on that couch, like all demure, like she didn't do nothing wrong, I was like, ooh, I'm about to go for her tail and for everybody that was on her side in the comments that was like, no, Zach crazy, y'all. Y'all right.
Yeah,
like, Zach is crazy. Zach is doing this for sex.
That's Michelle's theory.
I think
it gotta be.
It doesn't make no more sense.
And if y'all watch the previews,
had it showing that they
spent the night
together, and everything surrounding them is like the nighttime, the sleeping time. So it's the sex, and so Zach is out here like, well, I guess I'm just not gonna have sex for 8 weeks with anybody but Michaela. So I'm gonna just. He gets annoyed with her crazy, and then I guess he goes back to it because
it gotta be sex. What else could it be, y'all?
What else could it be?
And that's wrong too.
It's very wrong. Want her, and he's manipulating that.
Yeah, because and maybe she's super good at bed, child. Maybe he's super good at bed, and they both. What y'all think? Like I don't have the words, y'all. I know we probably
it was
all over the place.
Yes,
what do y'all think about that?
What do you even say? Because really, I feel like they betrayed us. Because we saw it all. We saw it all.
And
they both acted like it didn't happen.
Y'all.
They both acted like it didn't happen.
Y'all.
And then Michaela was like, oh.
Michaela's still crazy.
So Dr. Pepper was like, okay, so there have been some times. So Dr. Pepper, honestly, I give it to the producers and Dr. Pepper. Like, they didn't even hold anybody's feet to the fire on most of the stuff. So Dr. Pepper didn't even say, like, no, Michaela, we saw you act this way. She actually put it back on her. She said, so were there any times? There have been some times where you've blown up. So do you regret any of those times? Well, I regret my panic attack. Oh, we're calling that a panic attack now?
Michaela does not hold herself accountable for anything. This show is not doing her any favors or justice. And Zach ass is crazy. Period.
And honestly, it's messed up for him to know she's crazy like this and he still goes back. That's where he is dead ass wrong. Because you know she's crazy. He sat there and told Dr. Pepper when they were meeting by themselves or when he was meeting solo, he said after she got up acting crazy at the ranch, he said he knew in that moment he did not want to be with her no more. Why is there still a discussion? Why are we still talking about this? Because he's right.
They weren't even going to make it for the rest of the season. I was like, damn, they about to end it today.
And then they out here reaching out for hands. He's like, come on, you know you want to go hang out. I was like, oh, he's trying to fuck tonight. Like, he's trying to get some tonight.
I agree with you, Michelle. Because that's the only thing that makes sense.
Okay.
I don't have nothing else to say, y'all. I can't. Zoc lost me. Next is the other couple that done triggered the got of me, Johnny and Val. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Johnny and Val, for me, Johnny was this episode was worse than even Michaela.
And it's crazy because the very beginning, so when they was going through their childhood stuff, India was sitting there talking about, oh my God, I feel so sorry for Johnny.
I did.
She was like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for Johnny. Like, these people are crazy. He admitted
the irony of this episode, because he admitted to his daddy issues. He admitted he lets go so fast. He didn't see a marriage where they tried. He was commending Bal's parents for staying together, although I was like, Bal mama should have left. They good now.
And Bal said her mama should have left.
Yeah, but he was like going through these, even though he was not making no sense then either. But I was like, okay, wow, he's really coming to terms with the fact that he really truly has daddy issues, and he's the problem. Yes. He admitted to that. So I was like, dang, and I felt bad for him just because his experience, of course, but I'm like, dang, it ain't gonna work with Bao, but maybe for somebody else, maybe he'll really see the error of his ways. Y'all.
Okay, so let's try to go from start
to go.
No?
Yeah, we gonna order, yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even take no notes on them. Like, so I felt bad. Like, so Johnny and Bao both went to their childhood homes, or Bao went to her childhood plot of land. And
Not plot of land.
It was 2 acres. She said 2 acres. She was lonely, didn't have no friends. She did very destructive things. Johnny was slightly disturbed, but when she wrote her letter, she was very emotional.
Sad.
When she read her letter, she was very emotional, and it was very touching.
And Johnny seemed
and he
to really
like soaked it up.
Yeah.
And then
I was like, okay, maybe they on the right track.
It's weird though, because I feel like from last episode we kind of knew that they were not going to be together. So I feel like they are in this in between stage of acting like they care and having to do things that you have to be. If you're honest with yourself, you're being vulnerable. And so then you have to be vulnerable with somebody you don't even really like. So then it probably is confusion. Because this whole episode was confusion.
That's true.
So
what happened after that? They went to see, okay, I was really moved by Bao's letter. I'm not going to lie. I was like, ooh, Bao done been through a lot. Johnny was moved by it. So fast forward. I'm thinking this had to be the same day or day after perhaps. All of a sudden, Johnny informs us that he had a conversation with her best friend. Best friend, y'all. Her best friend. Why are you texting my best friend, period?
that don't make sense to me. Are they like? And it sounds like the best friend. He said they was talking about car stuff. Like, honestly,
I guess it could have been innocent. It could have been where Bao knows he knows about cars and might have said, "Hey, text Johnny." Now that does happen. Here's his number. Text Johnny.
But that early in a relationship, like,
no, you're
bro,
right. That's what
like,
throws
really,
it off.
no,
You're right.
like,
You're right.
It's how, like, it would take me. It takes years for you to be, at least months for you to be.
Or does she
comfortable
know
with
Johnny?
somebody's-
Does she know Johnny as well from college?
Mate, now they
You know
didn't,
what I mean?
and because
Yeah.
it's just feeling
You're right,
very
you're right.
off.
No, you're
Like
right.
you do not feel that
you're
comfortable talking to someone's significant other without them being aware of it.
And
at
clearly
all.
she's shady as hell, and she's no friend.
A snake.
And y'all, can y'all please put in the comments if y'all have any information about Sarah. I want to know her Instagram or whatever, because I plan on harassing
India
her.
is about to troll Sarah.
Because
can't.
Sarah, this was the most backstab. This was worse than that season when the friend was trying to talk to the boyfriend.
Oh, that
because
yeah.
that wasn't a best friend.
Right, it was, but it was. They was both snakes.
yeah.
They was. She is a snake because she initiated the conversation about the marriage. Unless Johnny was lying, which he
And
could have
we don't
easily
know.
been.
We don't.
But he said that, and I just needed a phone call on speakerphone. Like, I just needed someone to, like, why are people messy boots? Like, give me petty, give me messy. If you wanna bring this messiness to me, we gonna get real messy.
Speakerphone.
I'm calling you on speakerphone. Hey, you had a conversation with Johnny? What happened? Tell me about it.
Like, even if we were friends that were rocky at the moment, like, why are you doing this? And then Johnny soaked it up. Like, when has Bao showed you that she was controlling? That wasn't your issue with her. Now the goalpost has changed, and now, I can't deal with you because you're controlling and you manipulate people and break them down and so you can mold them,
build them up. She's never done that to you. She don't even.
And
she didn't even want to go to yoga with you.
Yeah, she literally wanted to have her own separate life.
She was literally not paying you any attention, and you said, "Please pay me attention." What?
And now the thing is, I knew it was something off with her. The friend even told me. And
after he done just said 2 days before that he was gonna stop giving up so quickly and stop finding excuses, and he always runs away. And boy, bye. Go run in the street. Go play in traffic.
And Bao didn't respond like I needed her to respond.
I don't think Bao really cares a lot. I think she was more hurt by her friend, than she was by him. And
that's true. She
didn't really care.
She knows she don't want to be with that man.
Like, cause she even said when she was reading her letter, like, I really don't want to read my letter to him, but I'm gonna be vulnerable anyway. She said that. She was like, we're not really in a place that I would want to give this to him, but I'm gonna go with it because whatever.
But why Bao ain't punch him in the face as soon as he said what he said, and then he had the nerve to be all smug about it and like
he's super smug. And when when Dr. Pepper was there, he be getting real like red and angry, and his honestly, I don't like him. He gotta go.
When I saw that bruise on Bao's arm, I said, Michelle, some stuff might be coming out.
If he touched her, she
acts like a battered wife, and he got anger issues. Y'all, Johnny might have grabbed her up and she bruised easily.
Johnny is crazy.
Because what happened to her damn arm, and why she was purposely wearing that shirt to show her bruise? She was crying for help, clearly. She was crying for help.
It's not funny.
Why would she purposely wear that tank top, Michelle? Y'all think I'm playing. Johnny ass.
She did know what she was doing when she showed the bruise. But let me be clear. I am from the bruise crew. And I bruise off of everything and anything.
And I ain't gonna be on national TV with no big ass bruise bigger than my arm unless I'm trying to tell y'all, help me.
I can't.
Y'all saw that bruise.
Okay. It's not funny. It's really not funny if it was. But India, you are.
Johnny grabs her. Johnny has such abusive tendencies. If y'all even see how he do his hands and how he's like he can't control himself. He Michaela 2.0.
We've been saying that two in the pod.
Two peas in the pod.
We have been saying that, but okay. We gotta keep going.
Okay, y'all. Sorry, we so pissed
we don't want to keep
with Johnny about it. It just shocked me that's what at the end of the episode, it just turned into what the hell? Where did Sarah come from? We ain't never heard nobody talking about Sarah.
It was
okay. Let's move on.
Okay, Mirla and Gil.
Theirs ain't gonna be that long. Okay,
but we still up in here with people being crazy. We gonna get to it. But Gil was being crazy today.
Yeah, he was. I was Team Mirla for once. Okay, so we went to Gil. They went to Gil. His apartment complex or wherever where his dad was shot and killed. Michelle thought he was maybe shot and killed over. Where's from Panama or?
He's Colombian, but I thought because he said his age and he said he had only been here. I thought he had come around that same time, so I just assumed that it had happened in Colombia.
Nope, right in Texas, honey.
The fact that it happened in Texas, God, oh my gosh, I felt for him. But I just very much felt for the fact that he was very strong in expressing how he felt. Like, I do truly think that he got help and got past it because, not past it, but he was able to communicate it in a way that's not, it doesn't seem to take him back to that place. Like, he's able to kind of separate himself from it and really talk about it in a way. But he also said that he was a kid and he didn't even... He went to the hospital in the ambulance with his dad,
after
and then
he
the
watched
doctor,
his father get shot.
Yes, and then the doctor, he saw the people shoot through the door, and then the doctor came out and said, "Your dad died," and he was like, "Okay, all right."
He had to process it because you don't.
That's
That was one of the saddest stories I've actually ever heard someone say. It was very shocking. I was like, wow, your dad got murdered and you were the only other one in the house.
You were the person that
had to go. Wow.
That is traumatic.
And she ain't really have much of a reaction, but I get it sometimes, you know.
And she's just not an outwardly, they're both, I think, a little less outwardly emotional. I do think that, and I think they get each other in that way. So that's fine.
And then they met, they did the volleyball. They didn't go to her. He didn't write a letter to himself.
So they may have wrote the letters, but they didn't read them.
They didn't air it. They didn't air the letters.
But
and then also they didn't go to her hometown or whatever. And I don't know if she's necessarily from Texas originally or whatever, but they did play volleyball. She clearly used to play sports and play volleyball and stuff like that. And then that's when I realized that when they started talking, that they literally come from pretty poor backgrounds, the same type of life, and then there's two different outcomes. They both
have two different outcomes, and they said it. He said it, but the things that drive her, she was like, the things that drive him aren't the things that drive me. Like, they don't have the same motivations, even though they have very humble beginnings and very similarly humble beginnings. And she said that there was a lot of people in the house, but he was like, well, y'all had a mansion. She laughed it off, but they very much came from humble beginnings, and I don't.
Well, maybe it was different because maybe he came from a small family,
right?
And they didn't have money, or they didn't have much, or
he didn't have to fight five siblings.
Now
or cousins.
You living with 5 people in a and she said it was a 2-3 room period house with a kitchen, a living room, and a bedroom. Is different than you living in a project. Even that,
even if you have the space,
even poor is poor. But you know what I mean. So maybe that. But he pissed me off too. I was very confused about his breakdown of her money. So
then they met with Dr. Pepper too.
Oh, that was during that meeting. Yep.
Yeah, they met with Dr. Pepper too, and during that meeting, it was all on track. They was giving all the best foot forward. Like, yes, we are. You know, they was giving almost in love and kisses and hugs and cuddles, and we're in a great place, and they communicate well. What else? Because I'm talking too much, girl.
Michelle is so annoying, y'all. But anyways, and then they start talking about, she asked a good question. When she asked that question, I was like, yes, I'm so glad they asked that. The main question was like, how much do you guys, specifically, how much do you guys have to save for the kids in the home? And that stirred up some stuff because I thought they were going to give a number, but I get it. Like, they don't know. Depending on 20% of the house, and we need a nanny. So we need to comfortably be able to afford a nanny, 20% of the house, and, to comfortably travel and stuff. And I'm like, well, Maryla, shit, you going to need a man to make more money than Gil make. And we don't know exactly how much he make, but we know he a firefighter and he a trainer. And
he don't make as much money as her. They've been very clear on that.
And we were already clear that she had a way bigger savings, including her retirement savings, her 401ks and all of that.
But also just a regular savings.
Yeah, and her regular savings was really good, and he was shocked by that. So to me, she already has a better savings than you. She makes more money than you, which means she has the propensity to have
even more. Right. We're talking about exponential, like compound interest.
And she still wants to be able to shop and do, live her life. The point of joining together in a marriage is not for you to move backwards. I'm with her on that.
Right. So he says.
What did he say?
He said she was like, so are there any issues with that? And he was like, well, yeah, because of her spending. And shopping, she was like, or shopping, and she was like, but that's my joy. And he was like, well, can you do less of it? And she was like, well, why should I have to if I'm saving? So she said everything short of, I'm bringing my portion to the table,
and my portion of savings,
my portion is more than your portion. Therefore, don't come for my extra. Don't come for my discretionary. And he kept saying, but if we could get to where we need to get to sooner, if you don't shop as much, then why wouldn't you do that?
Where we get to sooner if you get
another job. Because
how about that?
Period, end of story. I'm not putting in more. If we agree on this percentage situation and he makes 40% of their combined total and she makes 60%, so then they do this whole percentage thing, she should not have to bring nothing extra unless he brings extra, and it should be the same amount. So if he says we need to save an extra $1,000 a month, he needs to bring 500, she needs to bring 500. It should not, and they just didn't get into enough detail for me. I'm definitely a numbers finance person, and the math was not mathing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't mathing, and I was with her. I said, well,
I'm not giving up shopping.
You need to bring some more money to the table. Because clearly she has
Stop trying to spend mine.
And clearly she makes more money.
Don't do that.
And that was very clear this episode. I mean, we knew that, but
we've been on that, but I don't like the fact that he's telling her that she needs to bring more money to the table than he's not bringing more money. He's not saying the right things. He's crazy if he thinks that is an acceptable ask of someone that he just met 2 months ago.
And that right there, I think is where the switch done flipped.
And it's not gonna happen.
I don't think they're gonna work out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. That's a big thing. And I think Maryla might start getting a little unattracted to that.
So they also did talk about her negative stuff too, but I don't even care because Gil came for the money and he did not have a good enough reasoning behind it.
Well, maybe we missed something in the recording. Like maybe they ain't show everything because he had to have said, I'll get another job or I'll, bring more.
Because the bottom line is we know when you bring two people into a situation when only one was in the situation before, then you can make moves and you can make strides.
Right.
So that's not hard. But you're not going to be asking me to stop spending money and counting my coins and you're not getting an extra job. Get you some extra money to put towards this goal of ours.
Did it sound like that to y'all? Like he wasn't giving any other solutions to make him to save him money quicker, but her stopping shopping. And that part didn't make sense.
That don't sit well with
that she'll probably be bringing more to the savings. She already has more, so it doesn't make sense, and that's why we're taking it that way.
I don't like it.
He didn't say it was no other solutions, but you stop shopping, we can buy a house in a year and a half as opposed to, or get to our goal in a year and a half as opposed to 6 years. Gil, please.
Bye.
Okay.
Go ahead, because it's gonna be 6 years, and I'm gonna be having. And let's be clear. Here's the sad thing about it is that Maryla be spending all that money and ain't got no style to show for it. Gil honestly, Gil has more style than her.
Every time we see Maryla on
Gil actually dresses better than her.
Oh yeah.
Like she could wear as many Gucci sneakers as she wants to, but she looks terrible.
That's the truth. I ain't gonna lie about it, y'all.
What was she wearing
to the house when he was talking about his dad?
Yes, she had a black turtleneck with a straw beach hat. A True Religion. Do they still wear True Religion in Texas? I haven't seen True Religion in person here in a while.
I think they do, but not the one with the big stitching. It's the one with that thick stitching, that True Religion with that thick stitching. I don't think they wear that, y'all.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's
Anyway,
a
sorry.
tangent.
Okay. Rachel and Jose.
Okay.
This was another couple that.
It was weird. Why was everybody being so weird?
Stupid.
It was being weird.
Michelle, I can't watch this no more.
So Jose was trying to have a struggle that didn't exist. Like, bro, you did not struggle.
Yo, Jose parents built a house from the ground up. It was a nice house. I wasn't no little house. They
were currently in the home.
It was a nice house.
The home.
A townhome, whatever it was. It might have been an attached house, but it was a nice size house.
It was.
And you grew up there. Okay, of course we all come from more humble beginnings than most people didn't.
Most of us have.
Right,
have
so of course
done
his
better.
house was probably double the size of what he grew up in. But he was in there like, we didn't have a lot of money, and he was trying to explain over-explain it, and that's how you know.
You're right. He said the same thing 3 times.
You know when you don't have money, rice and beans, that's what you eat every day.
And Rachel was like, but we Latino, so we eat rice and beans with every meal because that's like culturally
what we do. And he tried to act like when he was younger, he understood that. And it's like, even if you grow up and you like, dang, we had a lot of rice and beans. Oh, that's because we come from a poor country and people just eat rice and beans. You did not. You just knew this is what we eat.
Yeah.
This is what we ate, and I'm sure it was a little portion of meat or something with it, and you wasn't just eating rice and beans all day. And that's why she was like, oh, so you eating rice and beans made you think that you
were
poor?
Rachel was not with it.
I was glad when she called that out, because I was thinking
she was like confusion. It was the whole episode.
Jose want to have a plight so bad. Jose want to have a plight so bad.
So then Dr. Pepper, so they didn't go to her spot. They didn't go to Rachel's spot. Did they?
So, no.
I don't think so.
And they didn't read the letters either.
No, but Rachel and Dr. Pepper came to visit.
Right.
They had their visit, and she was asking about the promises on the refrigerator that Jose had wrote.
Look at you calling Jose Johnny. You know he don't like that.
Promises. He was promising to do
not be controlling
things.
Call her day in, day out.
He was like morning, noon, and night. Dr. Pepper said that sounds controlling. Dr. Pepper, that's not controlling. People talk to each other like 3 times a day. Like, that's not controlling.
I didn't. Why you had to write that down?
He said because I think he was trying to say that he was going to check on her because he accidentally locked her out.
Accidentally, because he had abandoned her. Because he had locked her out. Now he got to check on her extra.
But then I don't even remember everything they said because they weren't that interesting until Rachel had given us a preview to the fact that she was going to have a secret to tell. So I think we all knew what the secret was. We didn't know it was going to be that bad. I definitely thought it involved her ex, but...
You did say that, because he said once a cheater, always a cheater.
Yeah, because she brought that up. So he was like, oh, Lord, she done called her ex. Y'all...
Why did she decide to tell him that?
She told him, but she told him off camera.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So she did tell him off camera, so she gave them the opportunity to have their situation without interference from trying to look a certain way on camera. Fair.
Okay.
Why she wait so long to tell him?
2 weeks after the incident. 2 to 3, maybe 3 weeks after the incident.
She waited a teeny bit too long to tell him.
I wouldn't tell none. I'm keeping that.
So India said she was never going to tell. I think that if you want to be honest, I'm not going to fault you for wanting to be honest about something. Especially something that... But I felt like she had a leg to stand on because he locked her out. Once you lock me out of my home, you don't get to choose who I get to call because what you did was not very husband-like. So what I do may not be very wife-like. I don't care.
But then again, Michelle, she was sitting there acting like she bought his excuse that it was an accident. So like
maybe that was just to end the conversation and to end. So
she should. I think if she was gonna say something, she should have told him the next day when they made up. Like, look, I called my.
But ex. I don't think she told him. They didn't make up the next day.
Or 2-3 days.
So that's the thing is that she came back thinking she was packing her shit and leaving.
That's true.
I think she didn't say nothing because I don't think she thought there was something to say. But as soon as they made up, I'm sure she was like, oh shit, I gotta tell him.
We know Jose insecure ass gonna be worried about. Okay, is the ex still texting her? And the ex is still texting. Now you done opened the can of worms. I wouldn't have said nothing because now I'm be like, okay, so he just accepted you saying, I'm back with my husband. Bye, ex.
See, men are crazy and weird. And honestly, she could have got away with not saying nothing to Jose because Jose is self-centered. So Jose didn't even ask her where she went because that's the thing. Did she lie about where she went or did she just not tell him? Because honestly, women will ask you, where did you sleep last night though? Like, where did you go? Who came and got you? Like, that's gonna be a pillow talk conversation. Like, I'm so sorry, babe. So where did you end up going? Like, how did that not come up? But you know why it ain't come up? Because Jose don't give a hell. He don't care about nobody.
And he did not react like I thought he would. I'm like, he cussed her out for less.
Yeah, maybe he really is working on himself. Maybe he thought it was a test.
Maybe he don't care about her ass.
Maybe he's just texting Johnny when she's away. So, that's it. I don't even, yeah. They both crazy and confusion too. Then finally, we get to Ryan and Brett. And so everybody's seen the sneak peeks. I don't know if y'all saw them. So we knew the conversation was coming. But then they got us with the whole little perfect little date ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, I knew they still weren't going to work. I really I was hoping they get a divorce. I still am. But the date was nice.
The date seemed like they really connected.
Yeah, both of their letters,
I honestly almost cried with Brett's letter. Like Bao, I know Bao cried on hers and that was emotional to watch, but Brett's letter actually made me emotional. I was like, I want to go home and write a letter to myself. Like hers really struck me, and so I feel like, and it struck me because they had talked about how she had a great parent example. Like she said her parents were marriage was really good, and he not so much. And so it seemed like she really was hopeful that she was going to have something that she had seen all her life. And then it's like, yo, she stuck with this.
That's true.
So what else happened, girl?
Nothing, because when they came home from the trip, it was over. He said his letter, first he said it wasn't that good. I was like, okay, his letter was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
It wasn't bad. Oh, and I got emotional on his because of his best friend. Like, y'all, that is, and I feel like I misspoke early in the season because I thought his friend died from a different reason. But he said it was a freak accident at work. That who even knows what happened? But that's really, really sad.
Yeah. And when you brought that up, that was.
It was.
Yeah.
I felt really bad.
They have
for him.
a lot of tragic and traumatic experiences. This seems like this cast does because they do that letter stuff, of course, every season. But like,
shoot, we got 3 dead parents.
Yeah,
like, one estranged parent, one abusive parent,
right,
alcoholic parent,
yeah,
a lost friend, and Ryan said that he didn't like his daddy that much either. He didn't say that, but he said that his dad's being outside of the home and doing other stuff he resented his dad for that. So
then they were good, y'all. That they had on the same outfit. They come in the house. Well, I think they good. They come in the house. She pulls her pictures out and she was like, psych.
I was gonna show you these pictures,
but I don't feel like it because she must have got a text in the car.
She did get a text in the car,
and that's even worse because you sitting there like probably heated.
Like we just had a whole date. And this morning you was swiping? So he was swiping, y'all. Or he claimed he wasn't, but he matched.
He was swiping.
He had a match.
Because all he can do, it could have been inactive when he said it. Like, just like he was like, I'll swipe this is inactive. Yeah, but you probably was swiping all morning. Like,
he could have been swiping. And the bottom line, Brett was like, you couldn't wait a week. And that's it. That was it. Like, why couldn't you wait a week? And so here was the crazy part. India was like, he was more open. He was more talkative. He seemed more nice. Like, he was very much giving a very upbeat personality that we don't see often. And I feel like it's because he did feel free. I think it's because he was getting his mojo back. And
on the maps,
like when you kind of start to like feel yourself, then he's giving more to her. So I feel like he felt dragged down and weighed down by that relationship. And as soon as he was like, "Ooh, I'm about to start swiping again," he got a little pump. Well, and then she burst that little bubble, honey.
She did, and I don't like his argument style. I mean, granted, it wasn't much of an argument, but him just being like, I'm just going to leave. I mean, if you don't want to believe me. Like, try to be like, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. He said, I'm sorry you found out that way or something. And then he texted her after saying, I wasn't active. I don't know how it was showing up as active. I just downloaded it. Like, I don't believe that.
It's hard to believe. And even so, if you had just waited and didn't download nothing and waited the damn 10 days or 7 days, like, come on, are y'all really that bored? Like, yo, people are really, really.
And my thing is, if you're going to talk to somebody, just talk to your ex like Rachel.
Yeah, like text somebody you
and be
used to
like,
talk to.
oh, I can't wait for this bill. I got 7 days.
Right.
Like, if you really need an outlet that bad and you know you're getting a divorce, why would you get on a freaking dating site
Where somebody can see your ass.
Yes, and now you know you have a bigger, like, her friends know who you are. Like, and that's exactly what happened. You swiped on somebody she knew. And
what are the odds? That's exactly what he get. That was Brett. Because Brett was opening up. Brett was like having a little twinkle.
I think she was.
It was a twinkle because it was like a slight opening there. And then he closed it. And that's okay, Brett. You going to get you somebody, girl.
She is. Brett is like the most sane person on the entire show.
Is.
She deserves better.
These people were so weird this episode,
This
y'all.
was the most dramatic, like, chaotic episode.
I was very, very let down by so many people. Like, why are y'all like this?
Yeah, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, I am excited for next week. I will say that. So they got me hyped for next week.
And they got everybody back together again.
Taking shots and they need to have me as an expert on the show. Oh, we need to host. We need to host that daggone. What's
something
it called?
Unfiltered.
We need to host Unfiltered.
I just need to ask some questions.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to go watch Unfiltered. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I want to see. But I don't like Johnny, so I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't even want to see
They're
him
going to
talk.
be talking about... Yeah, you're right. I might need a break because they're going to be talking about Sarah. I saw it in the little...
Okay.
Thank y'all.
I hope Bao ain't friends with Sarah right now. Because that's not a friend.
We need Sarah's information, y'all, so we can stalk her, harass her, see who she is. Like, we need to know what's going on because we need to ruin her life.
No, I don't think we need to do that.
You are a snake and you deserve... What you do with snakes? Cut the neck off?
Cut the head off.
Cut the head off.
Cut the head
Like,
off.
I don't even care if Bao is manipulative to you and y'all are kind of rocky right
But
now.
how you a friend of me? Like, why people be friends if they don't really like you? Like, don't be my friend.
And
Just
if
go.
you're not my friend, don't be texting my husband.
Oh my gosh, that was too much. Okay.
No, we off on a tangent. Okay, thank y'all for watching.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe,
Yeah.
comment,
See
like.
you next week.
Okay. See y'all.
Bye.